Zoom. My hair is an absolute mess. I slept through my first alarm. I feel like I should turn it on to show you the abode. That's our bunk bed with a little futon. Joe, my roommate, sleeps over there. That's his side. If you can't tell from all of the memorabilia, Joe happens to be Australian. I have research at 9 a.m. and it's at not Stanford. It's at a school called the Sinha school, which is all the way in Menlo. So I usually have to like Uber to my research, which is interesting. I don't feel like that happens very often. And because I work from like 9 to 12 and I don't really like to stay hungry because my tummy like starts like grumbling and stuff, I guess. I try to eat breakfast before I go. And because of that, I needed to be up 30 minutes ago. So now I'm quickly gonna go brush, grab a bagel, and you're coming with me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's a vlogger. Okay, monologue over. Damn, my skin's crusty. Whoa. I present to you two mismatched socks because I can't find anything else right now. Ooh. I really like this angle. I think this has potential. Thumbs up. Laptop. Stay curious. No camera. Joe just spawned.
Oh, is it a vlog? Hi.
I think so. Morning, man. Whoa. Breakfast at Stanford. Eating at Stanford. Damn, that's a nasty bite. I didn't finish my cup of coffee, so my cup of coffee is coming with me. My Uber is actually just leaving me behind right now. So I feel like I should explain what I'm doing in this lab because I think that's pretty important. I work at the Educational Neuroscience Lab and I am currently working on helping understand how young children learn and mapping that out with EEG experiments in order to better understand how they can pick up literacy skills as well as math skills. And we're back. If you had to explain like a Stanford philosophy of building, like
what building
what does
is.
building mean to you?
I think building is just like not being tolerant of the life that you have, in the sense where like you're sitting in class and you have all these problems, but you're not just sitting there and being like, oh, I'm just gonna live my life. No, you're gonna build the life that you want to build. You're gonna create this, create that. You're gonna like order this, order that. You're gonna create this tool that's gonna help you. Like you're gonna create this little Chrome extension that fixes this bookmark on your life. And, like everything is just optimized for you, right? Like you're just building the life that you want to build.
Sure. Do you have particular questions after hearing that?
Yeah, I have a bunch of questions. Like, obviously, I get it. Like, it sounds fun. It sounds like, I mean, the only way to live life. You know what I mean? Like, you're just jumping from like thing to thing, and you're attacking every problem. Like, I understand it in theory. But, like, what are you doing with your hands? Like, what are you doing?
What am I actually using? Yeah, well, as a coder, right? I'm just like creating apps, man. Like. Like deadass, like the process of creating an app is just what I said, taking the front end, building that up, building it back, building it up, connecting it, and then I guess designing it as well, right? And then that all takes like, the faster you do it, takes like a day.
And then talking to people, like so like finding a problem, like finding the most basic way to test that problem and then throwing it to students and seeing if they actually find value in it.
I guess like what you mean on a day-to-day, I'm literally on my computer, I guess talking, I'm spending a lot of time on my computer just coding it up and like visualizing it and creating it and then like working with others, like debugging, like hella debugging, right? It's a lot of it is just like, but this is what excites me, bro. I can do this shit and time just flies. Like I don't even remember how much time goes by when I'm coding, when I'm building. It's just, this is my football, bro. This is my lacrosse. Sure. That's what makes me feel alive.
This is my lacrosse.
It kind of is, you know what I mean? Like we all have that thing.
Welcome to the computer cluster. If you've noticed the outfit change, this video was supposed to be called A Day in My Life, but since I'm incapable of filming an entire day in one continuous stretch, I have decided to film anytime I get the chance. So I don't think I'm actually going to be able to make a day in my life. I think it's just going to be like a week in my life, 3 days in my life, 2 days in my life. I might caption it differently though, just because I'd like you to still check it out. But know that I'm trying to be authentic and keep it 100. I just had brunch at Stern, which is my dining hall, and now I have to write a philosophy paper that's due at midnight tonight, and then I also have to prepare for my midterm that's on Tuesday. So should be a fun, packed time. The first thing I'm gonna do is print out the paper that I have to read to write my philosophy paper. So let's start with that. I've actually never written a philosophy paper, I've never taken a philosophy class, and even in high school throughout India, I never wrote a paper ever. Like I wrote my first paper and only paper so far at Stanford in my freshman fall, and this is like the second paper I'm going to be writing. So I'm kind of excited. I know it's like weird, but like I like writing, and I feel like I take so many STEM classes here that I don't get to appreciate just like putting my thoughts out there sometimes. So the paper I'm going to be writing is about the ethics of belief, and it's about why and where do we get our beliefs from, when should we inquire into our beliefs, or to what extent are we justified to have a belief if we've never inquired into it. For example, there are so many things that like your parents tell you that you just like tend to believe because you've grown up with them, but should you be suppressing that spirit of inquisition, or should you start questioning stuff? And then it's like, should you start questioning everything? Which I kind of feel is just like philosophy, like just like one tiny thing. Then when you start extrapolating the generalizations, you're like, oh, I can't think about anything, or I can't be sure of anything, or the only thing I'm sure of is I have a mind. Like just like a lot of stuff. But philosophy has been interesting so far. So yeah, let's get cracking. The paper has begun to be written, and it's actually really nice outside. Like, look at this. Rain in California always reminds me of monsoons back home, so I just like looking out at the grey skies and hearing the sound of the droplets. And I don't know, I feel like I'm back home for a bit, even though monsoons in India are way more destructive. It's a nice feeling. And I've botched my lens.